Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in for our second edition of the Bitter Red Supporters Trust after match reception. Great game tonight. Maybe not the result that we wanted, but so we have a lot to discuss over the next half an hour or 40 minutes. So as usual, we have Sean Dunn on with us tonight. My name is Jerry O'Connor, and we also have Magoo on with us. Shane Magoo, Al Pacino, McGoldrick. So I think we start off with Magoo. Magoo, we didn't get the. We probably didn't get the statement win, but I think we got a statement performance.
I don't know. I'm disappointed. I felt it was there for the taking. I think we could come to regret that. I think we played really well in the first half, especially up until their box, and then the final ball and decision maker was terrible all night. And I include set pieces as well. Final ball from set pieces was very poor as well. So yeah, disappointed. Didn't get the statement win, no, but we showed we can match it, we can mix it with them, and that's to be disappointed, I suppose. At home to the champions. Disappointed that you didn't beat them is, I suppose, saying something on how much we've closed the gap on them this year. But I just felt it was there for the taking for us, to be honest.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Gunnar?
I'm sick.
Yeah.
I'm genuine. I'm sick. It was there. It was there for us to take. We didn't take it, but I think overall it was a fair result. But it's just, as I was saying to you just before we come on, Jerry, when you score a goal like that, when the keeper fucks up like Manis does, which he rarely ever makes a mistake like that, in the dying minutes of the game, you think you have it. You think they're your 3 points. You know, the grace has been given to you for such an even match throughout, and then just to throw it away like at the end. We panicked. We panicked at the end. I think we let it get to us a little bit. We should have stayed a little bit more.
Yeah, I think
it's a natural thing to do, just to drop back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like, you know, at that late stage of the game, I think a substitution would have been crucial there. I think maybe bringing a Cawley into play at that stage would have been good.
Or something. There was nothing up front. It just wasn't sticking. Even before we scored, it wasn't sticking up front at all. Like, we were so good around the centre, the middle. But we were so good in defence. Like, I thought Cawley or Buckley and Mahan were outstanding, and Horgan.
Oh.
And we were so good in defence, and we were so good. We were so good in midfield on the front foot, constantly winning the ball back, nipping in the head of them, always on the front foot. And then it just went up top, and we were just nobody up top. I thought Walter played well, especially first half.
Yeah.
But that was more in work rate and in effort and stuff, rather than doing anything spectacular on the ball with it. Like, I'm not playing shams. Like, you don't expect to be on the ball and having the freedom in the park and doing what you want and opening up defenses and stuff. But we did get into areas a lot of time. We created openings for ourselves, and the final ball every time was just so disappointing.
Yeah, I think I mentioned to Sean there just before we went live, and there was 2 occasions when Gibson got free down the right hand side, you know, with Shams back 3, and he was in space, and just his delivery was just, you know, we were looking for a simple delivery, and he shanked one of them, and the other one I don't know. You know,
and you've come to expect more in the first few games.
Yeah.
From him.
There's a comment in there from John O'Reilly. We have to sort out our set pieces. I swear to God, if I was in the ground this evening and I would have hopped over the barriers at Walter and McCourt that corner, it was the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. I've never actually seen a commentator get as annoyed as John Kenny did when they messed up that. And he's a Shams fan, and he got annoyed at the fact that how badly they messed up that corner. Oh, it was so frustrating.
He was even saying at the end when we got a corner, I think Walter should just stay where he is and leave his McCourt.
Yeah.
And that was just that was it through the whole game though. And McCourt actually did put in a great ball then. That's where we come back to 1-1. And it was the last corner. Like, I don't understand. Like, we had so many opportunities from set pieces first half and a couple of corners in the second half, and we just made a balls of every one of them. Like, and you can't be like you're playing against the champions. Like, you have to be trying to maximise them kind of things 100%. Like, can't be just throwing away.
No,
Oh, sure, we'll put the next one in, or we'll put the next one in.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
If you look back to the podcasts, I think one of the things that we've talked a lot about is our firepower and how it's probably our strongest asset. Whereas tonight, actually, it was the opposite in terms of we looked very, very solid up until the goal. Midfield was excellent. The three in behind Johnny, you know, I think we just expected more of them. What do you think, lads?
I'd say, yeah, I think at the moment, I think on paper, it's our firepower that looks so good and it gets the attention because it does on paper. You look at that on paper and you think, fuck yeah, Walter, Romeo, Johnny Kenny, it looks exciting. But actually, throughout, if you look at the 4 games we've played now, our back four and Bulger and Moran have been absolutely exceptional. They've been the stars of the show. They've been giving us the platform to build off. Tonight, I thought John Mahon and Gary Buckley were, like as Magoo said already, they were unbelievable. And again, flying under the radar, but it has to start coming above the radar now and getting the praise he deserves is Colin Horgan. He was top class again tonight, so he was. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. I think we looked so even at one stage. I think John Mahon done a Cruyff turn with the ball.
That's great. Yeah, but like imagine, like he's still a young lad and he just plays the game with so much maturity. It's fucking scary. So it is.
Yeah,
it's just what he can become.
It was solid.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Just staying on the I suppose our front three and man up top. Just a few comments here. So Andre Gorman said striker is a priority. Johnny Kenny is a great prospect, but he needs to be brought in and out of the squad and off the bench. Things didn't happen for him tonight, but you know, what do you think? Do we need another striker or?
Yeah, I think Andre there. Yeah, I think Kenny probably after this game now will probably. He could probably do a game or two out. I was saying on the pod as well that he's just snatching at a few things, and there was even one in the first half where he got the ball out in the wing, and the first thing he tried to do was just get it and just fire into the box when he shouldn't have been. He should have been just laying it back again and getting into the box himself. But it's just those little things that he, you know, if he is more comfortable and stuff with a few more games and maybe a goal or two under his belt, that's the kind of stuff we do. His natural game will come out, but it's just, you know, it's a rush of blood to the head when he's a young fella, 17, and he just thinks I have to do this, get this across the box as quickly as possible. And that was the same for everyone, though. It wasn't just him. It was the same for everyone in the first half with the wrong decisions. And I think a game or two out of the team could probably do him good and coming on as sub, try and make an impact. But the problem is who are you going to put up there? Like the Freeze didn't look up to it tonight. And Romeo, we need to find a position for Romeo to get the best out of him.
Well, I think the best position for Romeo is playing as the number 9. I think he proved that the year he's a goal scorer for us. I think, yeah, when he had Coughlin playing behind him as well. I think that's where he needs to move into. I think the Freeze, you're seeing the minutes now build up. I think him getting 45 tonight was a big thing. And I think you'll actually see him start against Harps and play maybe 60, and then you'll probably see Johnny Kenny come in for the last half hour or so. Something along them lines anyway. But he's definitely still off it. The Freeze is off it. There's no two ways about it. You can see the bits of quality here and there, but he needs to get into it. What am I missing in the comments here, Jerry? Probably getting a few.
I don't know. Jerry's laughing away there. What's going on?
Laughing away.
Or something.
Jarrod, I presume was Jarrett. He goes, RDV is sponsored by Roberto's.
I hope he's not watching this.
Jeez, I'd love to look like fucking RDV.
Roberto's
I'd love to be sponsored. I'd love to be sponsored by Roberto's.
So Shogies as well, Derek Sweeney. I suspect the emergence of Johnny Kenny put a halt to Liam looking for another striker, but we certainly need another option up front as a number 9 or a number 10.
But I think if you go back to the podcast, when Liam was on, he alluded to the fact that he was looking at 2 attackers. And nothing ever came of that in the end. I'm not sure why, but he did say
that's right.
if it wasn't the right deal for the club, all right, he was willing to wait till July because he was happy with what he had. So
what Derek's saying probably played a part in that, though. I'd say what Derek is saying probably did play a part in it.
Oh, probably did, yeah, 100%. And look, come here. At the end of the day, it's like Johnny Kenny is going to do well for us, and he'll do well in games going forward too. But like I wouldn't be stressing over an attacker at the moment. We're not really short of that. We are scoring goals. We're getting the wins. Today is just one of those days where you're up against a top quality side. As much as you don't want to give them credit, they are.
Yeah,
they're an excellent throughout, like, and you're saying it. But the thing I took from tonight, and I was saying it throughout, is this didn't define our season. This game did not define our season. It was a platform builder. It was a marker to see where we're at. And what I say today is we're fucking level with them. We matched them all over the park. I thought we were fucking brilliant for the game. It's just sickening that we couldn't get away with the 3 points.
It's kind of hard to.
The only thing is,
sorry, Shane, go on.
No, what I was just going to say is the only thing is the few games the Shants have played this season, the President's Cup, Pats, they've gone behind and then just stepped up their game. Turn the light on.
Yeah, you only get away with that for so long.
But no, the thing I see is that they're probably not a full pelt, like, so it would have been a good opportunity to maybe gain a few points on them.
Yeah.
Until they get up there, because they only seem to the game against us, the game against Pats, and the President's Cup, they've upped their game after they've gone behind. Before that, they seem to take the control through games, and then when they put the foot to the floor, they do improve, and they invariably have got their goals every time. And I'd say it's only a matter of time, maybe, before they start putting the wins together. So it'd be nice to just gain a few points, especially as I said, I think it was there for the taking for us tonight. It would have been nice.
But I think the exact same thing could be said about us. In fairness, most of the games we've gone behind, it took that for us to kick on. I still think there's probably a couple of gears for us to go through. More jams as well. And as you said, both Sean and Magoo, I think we matched in every part of the field tonight, and even in terms of the bench. What we brought on was just as good as what they brought on, whereas that would have been completely the opposite in the past. So I think we have that strength and depth.
Definitely. No, Joey, I agree with you there. It's look, as I said, they're a platform builder. It is so sickening. Just looking at the comments there, like you see, Daniel Litch, the attackers aren't making good decisions. I'd have to agree with him there. I thought there was very poor decision making in the final third. Yeah. So there was. It just wasn't there for us. Like, there was a couple of easy passes to be made, and we went for the hard one. Like, at the end of the day, even for the goal, like, I was fucking Walter out of it as that ball was rolling underneath Madison's end. What the fuck you take on another fucking stupid shot for? And by the time I finished the sentence, I was halfway up looking through the sentence and jumping around the place.
He's a hero. From zero to hero.
The one after that. The one after that was it after or before with the freeze going through and Horgan on the outside.
We can't delivery, boys. 1 second.
He has to be slipping him in there. Like, it's just the simple things. Like, that's schoolboy stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is, and that's exactly it, Magoo. It is schoolboy stuff.
Yeah. Just going to go through a few of the comments here, lads. Alan Cairn says need a creative midfielder to link the midfield to the strikers. Shogies again. Defensively, we have improved with a good screen in front with Greg and Niall. It's the link with the front that we're lacking, so kind of similar there. Mousy Rowan, could I get a happy birthday shout out for Club Puro, Rory Houston, please? A great club, man. Happy birthday, Rory.
That was last week. That's too late.
Was it? Well, it wouldn't be like Mousy to drag the arse out of something. But anyways, Connor May, who was in Argentina, thought Kenny was isolated in the first half. I totally agree. The decision making of the front four in the second half didn't make me think any of them should be starting ahead of him, really. Yeah, Dylan Gibbon, a player like Dylan Watts is what I think we're lacking. Alan Rooney, Magoo, your clock looks like to be an hour slow.
He's
You lazy
he's correct. He's correct.
Yeah, see if we can go back to your time and maybe we'll stop that Shams goal and we have 3 points tonight.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to put it back by about 2 years.
Ryan Gillen, it was Joe's son, so he's saying, "Can we get a happy birthday for Joe Gillen? Happy birthday, Joe! Hope you're having a nice time there on Oakland Road." Dylan Lynch, hello lads. Can I just say that McCourt and Figueira, should never again take free kicks or corners. But harsh there, Daniel. Kenny didn't get the ball, so Oisin Arthur, Kenny didn't get the ball to feed enough tonight. Bit of a thankless task, definitely. The attackers aren't making good decisions.
Just while you're reading him, though.
Yeah.
I was just thinking in the first half, though, that as well, like that you could really do with in the games like these, especially where you're not going to get a whole pile of chances, and someone in that midfield who has a bit of quality to see the final pass is really what you are lacking. What are you reading now? Who's on now?
That's one the final fucking quarantine. I'm in the bedroom, you cunts.
That's from Kyle Gettins and Andre Gorman. So I suppose Ronan Flanagan then just great when you have defenders who are comfortable on the ball and can play the system. What's your thoughts on that there, Sean? I think Buckley and Mann were exceptions tonight.
What's that, sorry?
Great when you have defenders who are comfortable on the ball and can play the system.
Oh yeah, it's a massive difference. It's fundamental if you want to play the way we're playing. You have to have 2 centre halves that can take the ball at their feet and play around with it. Other words, you're fucked. It doesn't work. Like Gary Buckley tonight as well. His reading of the game was absolutely amazing. And on the ball, spreading balls left and right, quality. But again, John Mahon, I think he stood out tonight as the main centre half. But he was absolutely fantastic. Nothing bothered him. Aaron Green.
You can see Buckley's calming influence rubbing off a man too, can't you? When he gets the ball at his feet now.
Yeah, definitely. He just knows that he's just seeing it. It's just, look, you don't need to panic when you're on it. Like, there's options. It's one thing you have to hand to even Morgan and McCourt either side of them is to give options. They're always available for a pass. They're not hiding. They never go hiding. They're always willing to take the ball on. The same with Bulger and Moran in front of them. They're willing to take the ball on. Even if there's someone coming tight to them, they're happy to take the ball on. They'll give it back and play around with it and keep possession. And then even if they're struggling, McGinty will take the ball. Like, there's another man that won't get the praise he deserves tonight is McGinty. I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah. He done a bit of a Pat Jennings. I'm showing my age now, but he done a Pat Jennings kind of save tonight where he came with one hand and caught the ball
right now
under pressure. So he done. I think he done really well.
He was brilliant. Just before we go on anything, just watching the viewers there. It's actually doubled on last week, so thanks a million for everyone. But if you can hit the like and subscribe, that actually helps the channel progress even more, and we can make it better and better for you every week. You know, we're still going to talk shite, that doesn't change, but we'll be better at it. Please, if you can hit the like and subscribe, lads, thanks a million.
Yeah, because we actually put up videos throughout the week as well. Just clips of Rovers goals and stuff like that. So just to make it,
if you subscribe, you won't miss anything.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just to make it more interactive with the fans, and like we said before, we're just trying to look. We're three abnormal fellas, and I suppose we're just kind of we're just kind of putting ourselves out there to try and fill the void. You know, that I suppose Rovers don't have the manpower to do it, and you know, we're just trying to keep everybody involved and ticking over, especially throughout the lockdown. And hopefully we get bigger and better. And who knows what will come of it. So
exactly. Just to watch as well, the guards in the comments there. 745 Swans 1. Where are you getting your haircut? The missus is brilliant with the clippers. That's all you need to
know. Just Boxing Ireland Promotions.
Mine isn't cut. Look.
Just Boxing Ireland Promotion. I think that's Leonard Gunning.
Yeah.
Bit scrappy, But on the bright side, we
Yeah.
looked at least as good as the current champions. Walter looks a gem. I'd agree as well. Maybe use Kenny as an impact player until he develops. Yeah,
I tend to agree with Leonard there. I think he's 100% on the money with that one. I think this is what we talked about as well before about Walter. I think this is what we're seeing now as he's settling into the side, getting his fitness. We're seeing what he's going to bring to the table. I think all in all today, I think he was really good.
Yeah,
I thought he was excellent first half.
Yeah, brilliant.
Really good.
Jerry, what's your list there?
Just from our PRO of the club, the Rovers club, sorry, not the trust. Rory Houston, Magoo was on Mooney's time, where it's never after 11:30.
or Rory, it's never before 11:30. Which one?
Exactly, yeah.
It's always the witching hour.
Yeah, I got the maize mixed up as well. Connor, sorry, is in Abu Dhabi and Eamon's in Argentina. So my bad.
I don't think we actually touched on it properly yet, but I just see Kyle Gettins in with a comment there. It's just like we did comment on the defence. He's saying solid again, but his final part of it is Romeo needs to find his touch. But I have to say, I thought Romeo was really poor today.
What do you think, Magoo?
Really poor. Yeah, I thought he was really poor. I was saying already that we need to find a position to get the best out of him because he was a passenger for most of that game today.
Yeah, exactly.
The first half when he did get the ball on, he looked okay, done one or two things, but then the second half, I don't know what happened to him at half time. There was one time, remember, he forgot to run for the ball. Or
That's
he
right.
could have been in.
Yeah.
And he just stopped whatever was. Jesus Christ! I don't know what he had at half time, but yeah.
If you go back, lads, if you go back to when he was with us that time, the season before last, that's exactly how he was before as well. You could have games where he lights up everything. He's amazing, and then there's games where he's just like fucking hell. It must be his cousin playing because it's not him. Like,
yeah,
but he's patchy. He's very, very patchy in form. Like at the end of the day, what is he? He's 2 goals and assists in 4 games. But to look at his performance the last 2 games, you think how's that even possible?
Yeah, it's just so frustrating because nobody else up top was on their game neither, especially second half. So it stands out even more. Like he can have those games where he's a passenger and he pops up with a goal when the other 1 or 2 around him are playing really well and it doesn't stand out as much. But when it's a game like today, then when none of them up top are really doing anything and the ball keeps coming back and then he's forgetting to run for it over the sideline. And there was another time I don't know what he done. He ran by it or something. I don't know what he was at. It stands out way more than like. And you can't be going into these games with the bigger teams having that passenger, especially like it's all right if he runs around and does the work rate and does the simple things. Like I was saying earlier, you don't expect to be dominating and creating chance after chance against Shams, like, but the times you do get into those positions in an opportunity, you have to try and make them count.
Absolutely. No, it is. It's vital. Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's vital. You're 100% on that, Magoo. Because like that, you don't get many opportunities, and we did tonight. Like I think, what did we have? Bar Walter's goal, we have 2 shots on target. You know,
so made a brilliant save in the first half.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah, we had the ball in the back of the net from that as
well.
Yeah. So
Kieran's in as well, Jerry. There, we're in 3rd gear, still settling. I 100% agree with him. I think there's so much more to come from this team. I think. As I said to you before, I think we came on here, Jerry, or maybe I said it on there, I'm not too sure. But any other team we play tonight, we absolutely fucking annihilate them. With the performance we put in.
Yeah, it was, we played the champions tonight and we matched them in every area of the field and probably done better than in a lot of areas. And I suppose it's a real sign of how far we've come, in that we're just the overwhelming feeling is that we're disappointed. And even though I like in terms of emotions, I don't know how I'm happy one minute and disappointed the next time. Do you know that kind of way? It's a weird within 5 minutes. Yeah. No better man to call a spade than Magoo.
But like, there you go. Doesn't that tell you something? Like, we're only 4 games into the season, right? And we've played Dundalk, who were the fucking creme de la creme for the last few years. And we've played Shamrock Rovers. Now, the defending champions, and we're fucking devastated that we've only come up with a point against them.
Yeah.
You know, that's how far this thing is coming.
Circus, though.
No, but I'm just saying, Michael, just on paper, you just have to take it into the context of what it is. And we've just come from last season. Like this time last season, we had won nothing, and everyone had us down for relegation. That we were fucked. That was it. There was people around the town saying, "Yeah, first division, let's hit the reset button and go again."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know, 1 year on, and we're fucking devastated that we've only got a point against the champions.
Yeah.
Have to take this into context, and that's why I keep bringing it back. This game does not define our season. It's just a platform.
Yeah, I think Sean. Just to
stop making sense, Sean. Okay, stop making sense, Sean. Yeah. I want to wallow in the old pity here. Okay, stop bringing sense to it. Okay. How sick.
but just to come in there, I was thinking earlier on today before the game even kicked off, like that. You know, I think Sligo Rovers fans are so passionate that we're either really up or we're really down. When we win, we go bananas. When we lose, we're the worst team in the world.
Yeah.
And you know, I suppose, look, it's a long season. There's 36 games. There's a long way to go. As you said, Sean, this doesn't define our season by any way, shape, or means. But definitely puts down the marker to the rest of the league to say, look, you know, we're going to be up thereabouts. And I think we will be, you know. But yeah, what would your thoughts be on that, lads?
And where we're going from this?
Yeah.
Go on, Miguel.
Well, I was just going to agree. I think we definitely will be up there. Like I think there's no doubt, especially when you see what's happening around with the other teams. Like we were calling it on the pod. Well, I called it on the pod, I think, before the season started anyway, about Dundalk, and I was Bows as well. They've lost so many goals at their team, so like I think we definitely will be up there, top 2, 3 maybe. But yeah, look, talk to me tomorrow, and I might be a bit more upbeat about it.
Balanced.
A bit more balanced, yeah.
Yeah. Just go back to the chat room. Just Rory Breslin. Just say gushing lads. Alan Cairns saying we're in third gear, still settling. Definitely agree with that. Aidan Kenny. At one stage Romeo ran along the side of the ball and he didn't want to touch it. I think we referred to that earlier on.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Lynch. We will be near the top of the table all season, but to win the league, you're going to have to get 3 points at home in a game like this.
I think to win the league,
yeah,
that's what I was saying. That's why I was so disappointed. But I also think to win the league, we need someone who's going to score 15 or more goals, and do we have one of them at the minute?
No, we don't. I think what did Romeo get us in his best season there last time? I think it was a 12 or 13 maybe, but you have to play him as the number 9. He hasn't done that. He's been a left midfielder so far this season, dropping into the number 10 today, obviously. But I think we do put him as the number 9, and it probably will be the Friscoes as the number 10. I think that's the way it'll go going forward. I think you may see more out of us in the next couple of games, to be honest. I think going forward with this Harps, I think we have the ability to absolutely destroy them.
You know, you might need a 15 or 20 goal man if you're sharing the goals around, like.
Yeah.
The way I would have been expecting the front 3 or 4, like there's bags of goals there. So, you know, if every one of them was getting 10, then you're sharing it around. But it's finding that right balance now in combination between the front 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Going forward is like, because if they do click, it could be frightening.
But I think it will click, to be honest with you. I think it's coming. I think you even look at tonight. Look at Shams, the attention they paid to Jordan Gibson. Like, it was fucking. They didn't give him a second. They were on him like fucking flies on shite.
Yeah.
They were not giving the lad a second. They knew what he was capable of, and he did do it a couple of times, you know. when you take it, and I take it back to last season, even when we played there in Tala, like it was complete damage control. That's all we went up to Tala to do was damage control. See how little we could get bet by.
Yeah.
Like whereas you come to tonight, it's the complete opposite. They're fearful of our players.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think you touched on that the last night, Shane, didn't you? On the pod.
Well, yeah, I was saying that last year they probably didn't believe they could get a result out against Shams, whereas this year they would stand towards them no problem. Like, and they showed that tonight.
Yeah,
and it probably shows in why I'm so depressed that we didn't beat them. Like, but
yeah.
And
one of the things
I think our first 11 is as good as anyone in the league at the minute. When we get the first 11 in the park and them all firing, I think we're as good as anyone. So
yeah, definitely. I just see Andre Gorman coming in there, Nathan McMillan. We don't have the pennies in the bank to get that fella. Definitely not. Anyway, he wouldn't hit a fucking barn door with a banjo when he was here last day. So.
Mally G,
he's too slow to play with us.
Yeah,
he's a bit cumbersome. Mally G, our friend Maliki. Good point tonight. Keep up the good work, lads. Especially delighted to see Alan Manis doing his best impression of Massimo Tabibi in his United days, and also it's fair play to Manis for wearing the black armband tonight as well.
Well, he was like,
did he have it on?
I don't know. Huh? He should have. He might have saved.
Do we not have a minute?
Walter's shot if he did.
Do we not have a minute of silence before the game for him? No.
No, we disturbed Manis, and he was having his couple of minutes silence there when Walter took the shot.
He was taking the knee. Yeah, look, sure, I think we'll probably wrap it up there now, lads.
Yeah.
And just a few things to just to shout out. So the pod again will be out next Thursday. It's going really, really well for us, and we're really happy with how it's going. And look, if you could just share it around and to other Rovers fans that are out there, we'd really appreciate it. The other thing then as well is just the Dublin Supporters Club that do the golden goals for each of the games, and it's a really nice fundraiser, and it's a nice way of I suppose having an extra interest in the game. And as I said earlier on Twitter, it's a better way to give them the fiver than Paddy Power. So yeah, just to sign off, I suppose mixed emotions, and it just shows you how far we've come. And anything you want to add, Shane? Why do we keep calling you Shane? I've never called you Shane in my life.
Who keeps calling me Shane? I don't call myself Shane.
No, I know. So McGill, if you have anything to sign off with, what's your emotions?
No, just Alan Kieran's made a point there, and I suppose it's probably right that this time last year we would have celebrated a point like that as if it was a victory. So it shows how far we've come.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Look, I'm not even going. I'm happily sick. That's the only way I can put it. I'm happily sick. That's. But look, everyone there is in the comments and everything. Genuinely, we really, really appreciate it coming in, because look, we're just trying to bring a bit of content here for the Rovers fans. Just trying to bring everything together. But look, if you can like and subscribe, that's amazing. And then with the podcast, look, if you can keep listening in and share it around, we genuinely really appreciate it. And all the nice comments that are coming in.
Sure.
Like seriously, it's a wee bit mind blowing at times. It's class. So it just goes to show it's like Rovers is 100% community. We back everyone that does anything for the club. So thanks a million. And lastly, there's some girls as well contributing as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic points.
Yeah. And Ashton Casey, just to come in at the back end there, she was just saying about Gibson playing number 10. I think, Ken, you touched on it. I don't want to be going back to the podcast, but it's something that you brought to.
There was a few minutes there at the end of the second half, the end of the game, where he came into the middle of the park and he looked really lively.
Yeah,
it was the most lively he looked in the whole game, and he was twisting. He was going one way or the other, like. And I just would love to see him there, even when things weren't going well for Romeo. Just put him in there for 20 minutes or half an hour, like. And I think he'd be devastating in there.
I think just before we finish off there, because it's drawn on a wee bit here. I think it's something you could see Buckley doing in the next couple of games is you'll see a complete rotation between the front three. We are going to see Gibson come across from right field into the number 10, maybe even onto the left field, cutting in on his right foot, and Walter doing the opposite. I think you're going to see that with the freaks, Romeo, Gibson, and Kenny and all. I think it's just going to be a complete rotation. Just you'll dazzle things with that.
Yeah, we should
even do it during games. We should do it during the games.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. That's what will happen. That's what throughout 90 minutes of the game, you'll see that a constant rotation, and you'll just have things fucked. They won't know where to go.
Yeah. Okay, so look, we'll sign off there. Look, I really, really enjoyed that. I thought it was great crack, and it's an added feature to Rovers that we can do this and online. And look, you can view it again during the week if you want to check back in, or if you want to share it to people or whoever. So it'll be up on YouTube, and you can come back in and have a look at it. I know I'll be doing it anyways to see how good or bad we were. But thanks a million to everybody. We really, really appreciate it, and have a great week. Talk to you next week.
Cheers, boys.
I'm going to fix my clock.
I thought you were going to go to Mooney's.
Only after 11:30.